1, 2 before we go live. 1, 2, 3, 4.
she's got it all set up and this has on TV. So I'm going to show his dad on TV.
We're live now, though, by the way, guys. So I think people can hear us. Let us know in the comments ASAP if you cannot hear us, because I'm just plugging in. Say hello, guys.
They won't know to do that, will they, if they can't hear us?
I can hear audio going through. Why is it so quiet on there, though? The start of a live stream is always a bit of a faff. 1 2 1 2. Right, let us know. I did an audio test on the laptop earlier, and I could hear. So I think we're good. Welcome, gents. How you doing? Good.
Yeah, good.
So
sun's shining.
we've got messages already. That it's good. We've got messages coming in. So let me just get to my graphics page. This is the worst thing. Trying to do this and be on the live stream at the same time. So I'm James Kilroy. Welcome to AFC Welling Live. I've just realised something. We're so professional, ladies and gentlemen. We need to mute the laptop, otherwise we can hear ourselves 15 seconds in the future. So yeah, James Kilroy. I am head of media production for AFC Welling. Thanks to T for bringing me on board. And obviously we're going to be doing lots of stuff on YouTube and lots of live streams, trying to meet people in the club, etc. And we wanted to get Jason on tonight because I don't think anybody's really heard from Jason or seen Jason yet. You were on our live stream on Saturday.
I was,
the trials.
Yep, I was.
But if you didn't watch the whole 2 hours and 48 minutes, Jason was right at the end of that, so you may not have heard from him. So I thought it was a good chance to get you on and meet you and speak to T about the trials that you can see behind us as well. So Jason, I'm going to hand over to you. Just do an intro. Tell us who you are, where you come from, all that kind of good stuff.
So basically, I'm Jason Coughlin from Welling Garden City. So I'm a local boy. This is confusing me a little bit, but never mind.
Look at that one.
Yeah, I was with Richard, the other manager, last year with Welling Garden under 23s. And we've obviously made the move to come across and join this really exciting project, really.
Got a coaching background.
Bear with me 1 second. I've just realised something. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the wrong... We were on completely the wrong audio. And that's totally my fault.
Yeah, saying I can hardly hear.
Yeah.
Got a few messages coming through.
Thanks. You could have been a bit quicker. Right, hang on. 1 2 1 2. I'm sweating now. The stress. How's that? How's that sound? Why are we getting an echo as well? Can you just pull that little button to the left
This
on the
one?
monitor? Yeah. Scroll that all the way down. Keep going. I think that's what the echo is we're getting. There we go. And then my headphones are super loud as well. Sorry, ladies and gents. This is totally my fault. I selected the wrong audio on the program out. You should. Definitely. Yes, you should better hear us now. Are we checking the messages to you? You hear that?
Yeah.
I'm proper sweating now.
Text me if you can't hear us.
Yeah. You should be able to hear us. It might not be the best quality audio in the world because I messed up here. But let's start again with you, Jason. I'm going to put your name back up again and you can talk, and I'll monitor your audio while you're talking.
So yeah, Jason Coughlin, local lad, Welling Garden City, born and bred. I was with Richard, James, the other manager, last year at Welling Garden under 23s. We both decided to jump on board this really exciting project. So really exciting to be here.
And how long have you known our man next to us here, T?
Probably only 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, not long.
When did you come into the?
Yeah, just back in
You
what
need to be close to that, mate.
last 10 games of the season, I come and got involved.
Yeah, so T come and started playing with us at the 23s, and that was the first time I met him.
Cool.
Quite cool. We must have
not
played
too
against
long.
each other though.
Possibly, yeah.
Must have played against each
Possibly.
other. He just don't want to admit it because I probably got the better of him. So Daisy wants to
Debatable.
forget.
Debatable.
I'm just going to check the comments, make sure they can hear us now. Was fine before. Hi all. I think they can hear us now. No one's saying they can't hear us, so let us know if you
got some
can't.
messages. Now well, loud and echoing, apparently.
Was that might have been where I...
Sound was,
before we turned that
apparently
on.
the sound was bang on before.
Oh, dear me. You might be getting echo from my headphones now, though. That's the trouble. So I'm going to unplug those for a bit. Let us know in the comments.
Let me know, Luca. Keep texting.
Yeah, keep telling us, Luke. It might have been my headphones right next to the microphone.
Yeah.
In that echo there. Right, okay. So, first question then. The trials were obviously on Saturday. I'll start with you, Jason, but then T, you can answer as well. What were your expectations turning up for those trials, and what happened? Were your expectations realised, I guess?
Yeah, I think it was quite crazy Saturday. It was our first one, wasn't it? Our first opportunity to bring some new faces in, and I think it went really well. How many did we get through the door? 40 players.
Yeah,
40 or so players. So yeah, it was good. It was a good turnout. The quality was there. And it's just down to us now to sort of reassess and come together and discuss how we move forward with them players that arrived.
How about you, T?
Yeah, I thought the standard was very good. Obviously, a lot of young players that have been involved in college schemes and things like that. So these lads are training every single day. So they were just so sharp. Obviously, you know, when we're playing against players, some of them a bit older, obviously there's training on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So I think that really showed that everything was really, really fast. They're moving quickly. You can tell these boys have been coached very, very well. So the standard from the young boys that I saw there was much higher than I thought. But I guess you expect that from them playing football, you know, every single day, Monday to Friday. So I think that was good. But we also had a few players as well that have kind of either played in higher leagues or played in and around this level. And I think one of the things for us to be successful, we're going to have to obviously rely on youth and, you know, have a team that can get around the pitch and obviously do a lot of the running as well. But we want to be able to recruit that experience as well. So I was a little bit concerned, thinking brand new club, haven't necessarily got any history behind us, no one knows us, so we were kind of partly relying on our ability to be able to, you know, gain some interest from the social media side of things, which I think we did, but I never would have imagined that we would have had as many players, you know, applying for trial. I think we've still got a lot sitting there in the inbox as well, that we're looking to be able to invite back as well. But again, that's one of the reasons why we decided, well, actually, we're probably going to need a reserve team as well, because there were so many good players there that just limiting it to a first team when you've got players that we know, you know, in 6 months' time, they're going to be more than good enough to be able to challenge for the positions that we've got in the first team is really going to be something that I think will be able to keep us a very, very strong squad. But if we want promotion, we're going to need the ability to be able to bring players in as and when we need them. So, yeah, I was very impressed, and I think it done the job in terms of what we needed as a club at that point in time.
I think it's fair to say that there wasn't one player that turned up that we straight away flat out said no, he won't be staying. I think the quality of the whole trial itself was quite high. So we had discussions about every player afterwards.
Nice. Yeah, that was the question I was going to ask. Like the sheer number, did that make it more difficult, or is that, like you mentioned, the reserves as well? So you've got the option of the reserves, but was it tricky having?
Yeah,
players?
I think it was busy. It was busy, wasn't it? Like players were turning up. We was trying to register players in from linking them across to their registrations online and stuff, and putting them into teams and giving them their number so we know who was who. But there's a few things that we'd probably tweak for this coming Saturday's trial. But you live and learn. You learn from your mistakes.
We learned a few lessons, didn't we? So post-trial, kind of being able to link every player and what number they are wearing, it's kind of a bit of time going through the VO and who's that and which one's that and is his telephone number written down correctly. So yeah, we had a bit of an effort to be able to make sure we were contacting the right players as well. But I think we learned from that now from this weekend.
Yeah.
Cool. So talking about the reserves, how's that going to work? Like, is it going to be like a traditional reserve team? If you're short players on match day, you just grabbing reserves? Is that how it's going to work?
I think so. I think that's what a reserves is predominantly there for. It's giving opportunity for local lads to play their football, but it is predominantly there for us to dip into as and when we need it, and also for progression for them as well. There might be some that are thriving in the reserve side that we might have to have a look at and integrate into the first team.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think from my point of view, I've played in some teams where reserves and the first team are like two separate clubs. And, you know, from my point of view, I want the reserves to have the ambition to be able to play in the first team. And I think one of the things from speaking to Rich and Jason, we are looking to have quite a youthful reserve team. So players that might not be ready now, but will be ready, like I said, in 6 months' time. So it will give us the opportunity to develop them as well.
Nice.
I think with that as well, the experience that we are now recruiting into the first team, that's only going to help the young boys in the reserves. So it's going to be a nice link between the two sides. It's not going to be run separately like T said when he used to play Sunday League football.
Yeah.
It'll be run as one club, but we'll be helping each other out. It's not just the first team getting the help that we need. It'll be reserves, us helping them out if need be as well.
And obviously one of the reasons we set up the reserve team is because if obviously I'm ever not good enough, then I've got another club to go and play for. But obviously if that does happen, all the filming will be of the reserve team, not the first team.
You want the cameras to follow you?
Yeah.
Right, okay,
No.
I got it. I might as well, as you mentioned the cameras, I was going to ask Jason, because we didn't speak much on Saturday, so I haven't had a chance to talk to you about what you think the cameras are going to do, like the YouTube channel, TikTok and all of that. It's all T's brainchild to obviously get the promotion out there. What are your thoughts on it? Is it going to distract from football?
I hope not, to be honest, because I'm primarily here for the football, and we've got targets this season that we need to achieve, and we want to achieve. So for us to be able to do that, we need to concentrate on what we're doing on the football side of things. And I know from what I've seen already, the other side of it, which some people, I've heard the word circus and stuff like that. I think from what I've seen, it's being taken care of and it's being handled quite well. So we don't have to worry about this side of things. We can just concentrate on the football.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, obviously, it is going to be run as a business, and a business needs to be able to generate revenue. Being a brand new football club, then you have to look at, you know, ways to be able to make revenue. And unfortunately, being a new club, you won't necessarily have the fans coming through the gate. If you haven't got the revenue coming through the door, that is going to have an impact on you being able to invest in the club. So one of the things we have to look at is a sustainable model for this club to be able to continue to grow and achieve the ambition that we want. So, you know, it's no secret that social media, using these social media platforms is a way to be able to utilise and monetise your ideas and things like that. So we've looked at other models out there that people are using and it works. And I think as long as we get a balance right in terms of, you know, making sure the production team understands how the football needs to work and the football team understand how the production needs to work and they both understand that, I think we can work well together. No doubt there'll be teething problems, you know, there always is, you know, but I think from my point of view, everyone that I've got involved in this understands where we're going with this, and I think they understand how both production and the football needs to kind of be as one. But I'm excited about it. I actually think, you know, being able to follow a football club from, you know, initial kind of setup right through to seeing where we can get to, you know, is going to be exciting.
Yeah, I agree. And I think obviously when you drafted me in, I've not really been that involved with football for years. You mentioned we've got my Norwich City poster up on the wall over there from when I was a kid, signed by all the players, but I haven't been to a game like Premiership or Championship for years. So I've done loads and loads of research as soon as you got me involved, watching all the YouTube channels out there.
It'll be exactly the same.
So it's Norwich, you probably are, yeah. But no, my point is, like, bunch of amateurs. I'm going to give them a shout out. Great channel, and that's where I've done a lot of my research. One of the things that came up, Charlwood was the first season, grassroots football. They were following them through, and the players started to get a bit of a bit more notice because of the YouTube channels. So teams were turning up, ready for like a cup final against them.
That's going to be a case.
Is that a good thing, a bad thing? I think the positives outweigh the negatives. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah,
teams turning up wanting to kick the lumps out of you.
That's fine. Do you know what I mean? We're at a level of football where you will come up against teams that are going to do that. And if they can't beat us by playing football, that's what a lot of teams will do this season. They will come and try and bully us, maybe, but hopefully we'll be professional enough to let the football do the talking.
I like that. Fighting talk from Jason. Football talking. Football fighting talk. T, you don't mind people kicking lumps at you anyway, do you?
No, I don't mind it. Yeah, I think that's probably why I'm in the team, to be honest.
Not yet, you ain't.
No, why I'm in the squad, yeah. But actually, you're going to say not yet, yeah.
We've got a reserve, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I'll be involved somehow. But no, listen, I think it's every team. I mean, I've played against the YouTube team before, and we beat them and we let them have it because we were like, who do you guys think you are? And I know.
You can say who it was, are we allowed to say?
I can't remember the name of them, to be honest.
Wasn't hashtag?
No, it wasn't. No, it was one of the up and coming ones. So we played them, and I remember we beat them, and we just let them have it. I can't remember what we were saying, but obviously, them thinking a YouTube team, we were thinking they think they're better than us and giving it all the large. So yeah, obviously when we beat them, we let them have it. But I think everyone's going to come to us with that same mentality. But listen, I want to beat the best version of every team anyway. If they turn up and they're on it for us and we can beat them, we're only going to have to raise our standards anyway. And if we have to have the highest standards in the league and everyone comes with their cup final, well, all that's going to do is prepare us for next season anyway. So I never think it's a bad thing. Let's set our heights really high on the pitch. We've set our heights really high off the pitch in terms of where we want to go. So I think we set our stall out and, we're looking to be able to build a team that is going to compete in the league, but we're going to be in lots of cups as well that are going to be playing teams against higher leagues. And actually, I'm really interested to see how we get on against those teams because I think that will tell us what sort of level we're at now. And I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's another question I had, but I'm thinking of more questions now. But after the trials, knowing what you know about players that you still keep in from the development side from last season, how ready do you think you are to take on this league, this new league? It's a new league for you, right? Do you know much about the teams in the league?
Not much, to be honest, but that's maybe a good thing. Just concentrate on what we're doing and let them come and show what they can do against us.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we concentrate on us this season, and then whatever gets put in front of us, we're going to get the 3 points, or we progress to the next round, and we just work on game by game and do it that way. I think there's no point in worrying about anyone else.
Good. From what you've seen from the players, though, from these trials playing behind us, do you think you're in a good, solid place to
I think
give it some?
We had a good squad last year,
and
we had some good results and we had some good stats at the end of the season. But those stats are sort of helping us with finding where we want to go this season. Like the gaps that we had, we want to improve on. So these trials, you might not pick anyone out of these trials, but the whole point of the trials is you might find a gem. And if we pick out one player from these trials to add to our previous under-23s, then that's a winner.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually played in the league last year for a different team. So
the South Midlands.
South Midlands League, Division 2. So I do know. I didn't play that many games, but I do know the league quite well, and I've played in South Midlands quite a few different teams over the years and things like that. So I do know the league. You've probably played in it as well, haven't you, South Midlands? So what you tend to find in that league is, in the previous league we were in, it had quite a few reserve teams, didn't it, and kind of under 23, so it was very much younger teams we were playing against, played a lot of football, but maybe struggled sometimes when you put a team of men against them. And I think in the South Midlands it seems to be players that have kind of maybe had a good career and kind of coming down, so a bit more older, a bit more mature team, so they're going to know how to win games of football. And I think that's what we need to work out, is obviously, yes, some days are going to be days for football, some days it's going to be a bit of a battle. I think that's what we're going to have to learn how to do this season, I think, as a team, because quality-wise, in terms of the players we got, and Jason will probably agree, technically they're all really, we haven't got a bad player. We haven't got a bad player. We train on a Tuesday and a Thursday night, always have a good turnout. They're always looking to improve. The general fitness is really good, so they're no issues with any of those sorts of things. But just that kind of maturity to be able to make sure you can, win a game and put it to bed. I think we saw it in the semi-final, didn't we? A bit of naivety. If you actually look at it, one of our players has kind of gone in a bit late on the goalkeeper a couple of times. Their goalkeeper's gone screaming, rolling around on the floor, and got him 2 yellow cards. So, and that's going to happen this season. Just other teams are going to have that bit of experience, screaming and shouting for every ball that goes off. Do you know what I mean? Getting enough in the ref's ear, but not too much, so you have to get the decisions, So those sorts of things are the things that I think that we're going to have to really kind of learn this year, I think, and try and get that maturity on the football pitch, I think.
It's like coming together as a team tactically.
I think that's the other thing. I think
that's my football knowledge there.
Yeah. But no, I think we've got what it takes anyway. You know, from what I've seen from the trials and the players that we're looking to bring in anyway. We're having conversations with the players that we want to bring into the club as well to complement the weaknesses. And we've done well in certain areas and not in other areas. So we'll look to strengthen them. And I think that should give us a good enough opportunity to be able to get the success we want this year.
Awesome. And do you know much about who's signed up, who's coming for the next trials? It's Saturday this week, right? This weekend. What's that looking like? What's that shaping up like? Is that going to give you more problems on top of lots of players last week?
I don't think it's as busy this weekend, is it? But we've tweaked it slightly. I don't know if you want to go on about how we're going to do it this weekend.
Yes, I think what we'll do is we're going to have a team. We're going to put players that were not with us last season in a team that's going to look to play against our existing players from last season. And I think, from my point of view, one of the things that I found difficult, you can look at a football match from the side, and you can look at a trial from the side, and it's only as good as you can kind of determine based on the players that are on the pitch at that point in time. But when you've got a reference point, which is our previous team, and you know how good those players are, and then when you put a team against them, you really kind of find out. And from my point of view, if I'm playing up against a striker who's given me a real hard time, more of a hard time than any striker who's given me last season, then you just know. Do you know what I mean? And you know what level they're at. So I think it'll be really important for the current management team to be able to assess how those players now get on against a
current. How long's it current for?
Listen, as long as you're winning games. No, as long as you're picking me.
Rich is definitely listening. He's definitely signed in.
He's talking about you, not Jason, Rich.
Yeah. But I think we'll get that reference point on Saturday, won't we?
Yeah.
Good. The last little thing I had, and we're well under half an hour, and guys, I forgot to say, because I went out of control with the audio at the beginning. Please ask some questions. If you've got any questions about the club generally, the social media aspect of it, how you can get involved, because we're always looking for volunteers to help with media and behind the scenes of the club. Any questions to these guys about players, anything at all, get them in the comments now, because in a few minutes we're going to jump into the comments and see if you guys have got any questions. But the other thing I was going to ask, we're talking about players a lot. I noticed you've invested in, I don't know what they're called because my knowledge is rubbish, but those kind of male bras with the date things in. What's that all about? How does that? Have you worked with them before? How does that work?
I haven't. So I need to. Me, Richard, and Phil all need to sit down and just go over how we can best utilise them. But it's tracking stats about their distances they've travelled, past success rates, all that sort of stuff. So for us, it will be great because players won't be able to hide. We can actually provide them with stats and say, look, your midfield partner travelled 3 miles more than you today. But yeah, it gives the players something to look forward to as well, because as a player I never had anything like this available to me, so I would have loved to have sit there after a game and go through my stats and see where I was going wrong, where I was thriving, stuff like that. So that's a really big positive for the boys.
Nice. And have you used those before too, or was it a new thing for you?
So I won one last year, and Jason might disagree with me, but I used to always be interested to see what my stats were like after the game, and
that was a woolly jumper under your shirt.
Yeah. But I always used to want to try and improve, and I used to look at things, my top speed, how much I've run, and things like that. And that was just for me personally. Now, if I had a manager reviewing that information, I think I'm probably going to put it in a little bit more as well. So from that point of view, like I said, there's no hiding. Sometimes the manager says you were lazy today, but that's just their opinion, and the player can go away and they can be like, I disagree with him, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Now there's no hiding. The data's there, the information's there, and I just think if every player knows that, I reckon you might just get another 10% out of them. I've got a friend of mine runs. He's a manager of a non-league side, and they use them. And he was kind of giving me some stats. I don't exactly remember what they were, but I think he was saying when they run over 100k as a team, they win a certain percentage of their matches, and when they run under 100k, they tend to lose a percentage of their matches. So that sort of data, because you can look at it individually, but you can also look at it as a team. So that really allows us to be able to see where the weak links are.
So just technically how it works, do you just get literal stats like Tahid ran this, or can you match it with the VO imagery as well?
It doesn't link in with the VO, but the VO will give us additional information. So, for example, shots completed, passes completed, where the ball, when we lost possession, it will show us a heat map of where we've been, etc., and things like that.
Right.
But so it doesn't directly link into the VO, but we can obviously then pull those stats as well, because we've got the video to be able to look back on and have a look at, and obviously naturally we'll know goals and assists anyway. So it should be quite useful.
I think the VO is really important because we can reassess things after a game and chunk little bits of the footage, so we can go over the little parts where we're saying, well, why did you show him on his left side? You can see here on the video you've showed him to his left, you should have showed him to his right, that sort of thing.
Because it marks it as well.
Yeah, just for development reasons and like proving why we're doing things in training and stuff like that. It's going to be really useful.
Oh, that is useful. It's interesting. And like, are there many other Step 7 clubs that are investing this kind of much into the players and the player data and developing players?
I've not seen it, so I can't.
I think it's more. It's becoming more of a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
VOs are being used in youth football, like youth football matches are being filmed and stuff.
Yeah.
So it is becoming more of a thing, and you will see VOs on the side of pitches that we.
What about the actual wearing the tag thing as well?
I mean, some players just have them for their own purpose. Like,
Do they?
you can buy single ones, I think, and you can just track your own, and you can get things for your boots and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think I've seen players wear them. Some of them just wear the actual vests and not the tracker.
Oh, do they?
I think so. Yeah, because you just
I didn't know that.
and they're baggy on some of the players, but yeah, it's
I've got a bra on tonight.
it's really important that they take pride in what they're doing. You know, I mean, they can reflect personally on how they've played and how their teammates played and stuff, as well as us doing the same.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And obviously, like, I won't be at absolutely every single game, but we're always going to have footage from the VO to be able to do highlights afterwards. And you've invested in GoPros, haven't you, to go in the back of the goals or wherever we want to put them. When I'm there, we've got 3 cameras in here tonight, plus another 2 cameras. So I'll be live streaming on YouTube on this channel. Which will be slightly better quality than the VO if Carly pulls a finger out and tracks the game properly. So yeah, get involved and make sure you tell everyone to stay tuned because we'll have lots and lot of footage. We're basically planning to put out a live stream most home matches, a highlight of most home matches, so a shorter version where you can just watch the key moments of the game, interviews with people after the game, try and get referees, even away fans maybe. And we're going to do lots of little TikToks and YouTube shorts as well every single week. So
we do a Big Rich cam,
dugout cam, hot top tactics.
Yeah, he's angling for that
Big
one, isn't
Rich
he?
little dick. I like saying that.
Who's come up with that? That's brilliant.
I think it was you, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I'm
First time
blaming
I've heard it.
Right, I'm jumping into the comments. It's going to take a second to sync. But if you've got anything else you guys want to talk about, then carry on while I'm just checking the comments coming in.
Yeah, no, the only thing I would say is it has already gone better than I had expected because we came up with this plan a relatively short time ago, and everything that we have managed to do, I don't want to kind of tempt fate, but everything seems to be working and everything seems to have gone to plan so far. Obviously, we haven't started the season yet, but I feel like we're more organised than I've ever been playing football, you know, and being involved with the club. You know, other clubs that I've gone to, you know, they're still waiting for a training kit or they're waiting for this or they're waiting for that, and we've got everything organised. Our pre-season fixtures are organised, our training schedules are organised. I've actually stumbled across
Camera's going bad.
stumbled across I think Rich sent me today was some costings on some of the pitches, but what he left on the side was what we were doing in the training sessions. So I know when the bleep test is now, so obviously I'm not available for that one.
We've got some comments coming in. So ACM Media, hello. I think this is the gentleman I spoke to on WhatsApp who's offered his services to come and help with some media stuff, with some photography and manning a camera and stuff. So I think it's Andy. So apologies if I got your name wrong there, Andy. He said, what's the plan for the coming season? Apologies if that's already been covered. Are you planning to complete an overhaul or a slow build for the first and second season?
Me?
Yeah, go for you first.
I think the beauty of where we was last season is that we've got a good set of lads and a good squad that we can build a base from. And I think like I've said before, the trials themselves are to find a few gems, and if we can add that to our current squad that we're bringing with us, then that's only going to be a good thing.
Good. T, anything to add to that?
No, I think obviously the fact that we've had the trials, we are looking for players, and we do feel that we've got a good squad, and we've got loyal players as well that will stick with us, and I think we want to show some loyalty back to them, as well as being added players to the team as well. And I think from our point of view, it isn't always the best 11 individual players that win a league anyway.
Yeah.
What the teams that I've seen that win leagues, they've got that kind of togetherness, that camaraderie, they've got a great kind of social side to them as well. So it is important to get the best players in the team, but I think it's also important to get the right mix and the right balance in terms of making sure that there's that kind of good kind of togetherness in the changing rooms and people getting in. We don't want little groups and people splitting off. We want it to be one team. I've been in changing rooms before where it is like that, and it just doesn't work. So that's a key thing. And I think Rich and Jason, actually, from what I've seen, and when I only played from must have only been 7 games at the end of the season, that is something which they've created, and I can see that they've created that, and all the players trust them, all the players believe in what they're trying to do. You go to training sessions, always good numbers at training. You very rarely get players turning up late. You get the odd one, of course, but it's much better than I've experienced at other clubs at this level.
Brilliant. We've got quite a few comments.
I think it's a little bit like a good cop, bad cop with me and Richard. Like, I'm quite sensible and Richard's a bit of a prat. So
he said,
works quite well.
Oh, I understand that. Like, before you said that, it was when you said little dick, I think. Big Rich. Josh says, and I think we might have covered it, but I'm not sure, how many players in total so far for Saturday?
You've got the list for Saturday?
I think there's probably about another 20, I'd say,
20.
and that are coming, as well as the existing players from last year. So it'll be 30.
Yeah, we had to ask some of the players from last year to sit out Saturday just gone, because obviously we know what they're all about, and we wanted to see the new players and see what they had. So
nice. I want to ask Josh, has Riley decided what she sees in you yet? Because that was the question that Dave asked, and I don't think she answered last week. Let us know in the comments. Josh asked another question. Definitely agree players will give more when the stats are available to the manager and coaching staff. So yeah, cool. We covered that one.
Someone wants a start, don't they? Someone wants
Pull it out from what? Pull it out from where? Alex, is that?
That's Alex. He's actually our treasurer. So I don't know what he's
we don't
talking about. Alex, if you can elaborate, please.
Let's just jump over to, because I think I'm streaming on Kilroy Films as well. I might not be because I haven't checked because everything was going mad at the start. Just trying to get us out there to as many people as possible. And I haven't got any comments coming in from there, so we'll ignore that. And right, we're on Facebook as well. So Lee and Faye said sort it out. That must have been right at the beginning when the audio was absolutely shonky. Sorry about that. And then she said all good. Thank you. Or it might be Lee or Faye. I don't know. Who runs that account?
I think it's a combination. Faye's the boss, so I'd probably say Faye, but
Faye's definitely the boss. Right. Dave's joined on Facebook. Just joined. Sorry if this has already been asked. Do the lads think the players will get sidetracked? I did ask that by the social media. We kind of covered it. We think it will be more positive than negative. We're not going to get in your way as that much. Teams are going to be up for it, but you want teams to be up for it. Is that right? Anything else we can add to that?
I think it's down to the players individually to keep their minds on the job.
Yeah.
If we see anyone start showboating like Little Dick has been,
Little Dick,
you've
been showboating, man.
Might have to pull them aside and just have a little word in their ear.
Yeah, you need to calm down, Richard. There's a consensus before we went live. No, we're joking. Dave said love the backdrop. Yeah, it doesn't quite fill the entire width of my little cabin here, but it's a bit of fun.
But we've got some plans for that, haven't we?
Yes, yeah. We'll talk about that in a sec, shall we? Yeah. Oh, who's the reserve team manager? Did you mention that?
Yeah, we haven't actually mentioned it, and we haven't actually put this out there, but he's a guy called Adam Thompson, who's been involved in the Herts County League with Lemsford and a few other clubs. We will be putting that out there on all our social media with a bit of biography and what he's done and things like that. In fact, he did send me one the other day. He sent me a bit of a biography.
Yeah, he's a local lad. He's funny
know,
looking.
don't you?
He's funny looking. No, he's a local lad, so he knows local players and
Will he be good on camera?
Here we go.
I think he will be, yeah.
I've got his bio here. Got into coaching around 3 seasons ago at Ware Sports. Spent a season there and then moved on to Leamington Reserves for 2 seasons. Enjoy working with young players who are looking to develop.
Nice. Good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, no. Well, you've done it now. Schofield gag, yeah. David says, can you tell us more about the Irish interviewer from Saturday? He was gorgeous. I'm just asking for a friend.
Who's that? Sorry.
It's Dave asking about himself.
Oh, right.
You did a good job, Dave. Don't get ahead of yourself.
He was all right.
Because your TikToks haven't taken off as well as the players actually scoring goals. So just calm down a bit. You've got to improve. Room for improvement.
Yeah.
Basically. Let's just jump back to the YouTube channel because that's the end. Let's see if any more have come in.
There's a question on that one.
So Andy from ACM said, regarding the recruitment, do you have an idea of what you're looking for and what's needed to take that next step? Was that related to players or volunteers? Because there's both. We need both.
Yeah, there's on and off the field. We spoke about on the field, but off the field, there's going to be so many different roles within the club already because, as I said, it's been run as a business. So we're going to be able to need the support across the board, match day support. We're still looking to secure a kit man. We had a few people contact us on our email for a few of those roles, so we are starting to go back to them now, just trying to juggle everything at the minute in terms of getting the trials done and the kind of off-field staff sorted.
Yeah.
But if anyone's interested, we're really keen to be able to get local people involved in this project. Even if you can't be available every Saturday and Tuesdays and Thursdays, whatever you can do, we're definitely looking for people to be able to get involved in this football club and be invested in this football club.
Cool. Josh said where, mate. I think he was correcting Alex with his were. Pull it out from where. But we don't know what that was in relation to now because it was a while ago. He said get Carly to pull her finger out. Someone said that.
Right.
Oh, did you say that? I don't know. And he said pull it out.
You said it.
Pull it out from where? Her joystick. I'll say no more on that. And Carly laughed. Different Carlys we're talking about there, though.
It's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah. How are you planning to ground share? Oh, how long? Sorry, they missed the O out, I think. How long are you planning to ground share?
3 years, I think. As a minimum, that ground that we're currently ground sharing out, I think they've got Step 3 status. Is that right? Yeah, because I think they got it upgraded in time for when they were supposed to be in the playoffs. So I think that's up to Step 3 status, and we might be there even longer. So it's suitable. We've got the training facilities there. It's local, and we are obviously going to be starting to build a fan base there as well. So we would never want to be if we did secure our own ground. It wouldn't be a million miles from there anyway in terms of location.
I know nothing about this. How difficult do you think that will be securing a new ground?
We don't know yet.
No idea. So
no idea.
You got any contacts there?
Yeah, if anyone's got a couple of acres spare,
Big
let us
back
know.
garden. Yeah. Luca, here we go. Luca says, "Is it true Tahid plays like Ryan Giggs?"
He was my favourite player. I don't know. I was training with him yesterday. You ask him.
I saw that video.
Oh yeah.
Carly said she loves Dave. Everyone loves Dave. Room for improvement, though, Dave, as we said. Andy from ACM, very active Andy, thank you, says slip into my DM. I did chat with someone last week, but happy to help. Yeah, that was me. You were chatting to me. So yeah, I'll definitely need help with the media side of stuff, camera operators, switching live stream stuff. Clearly, sound engineer would be a good thing as well because we completely messed that up at the start. But yeah, when you're doing everything and you're on camera as well, it's actually quite hard. So the more volunteers we could get to help me out with stuff like that would be amazing. Thank you. And Spiky Smith says, evening, guys. Evening, Spiky.
Evening.
Evening, Dan.
I think we're at the end of
Dan.
the comments, as far as I can tell. I'll just jump back to... No, nothing on Facebook now. So, yeah, we've been live 52 minutes. We went live 10 minutes early, so it's about 40 minutes so far.
We have got the new kits we could show as well.
Oh, where is it? Did you bring it in?
I think they're out there. Shall I go and get them?
Yeah, go and get it. Yeah. Go and get it. The lights
On the chair, the back of the chair.
New kit. We'll show you the new kit. Is the audio right now, by the way, everyone? It's a nightmare trying to talk and monitor audio without it.
I think T's ready for bed with his pyjama top on, isn't he?
So he looked like Tian when he had his perm. I don't know who that is. Tahid will. We'll put that up again when he comes back. Sorry, Tahid's what?
Is there a picture of that with T with his perm?
Do you know what
is
this
there a picture to show us?
Oh, did she mean Ryan? Ryan, sorry. Yeah, she probably meant Ryan.
That's my uncle. Yeah, that's my uncle.
Oh,
he's saying that. He was the one that used to get perms. And obviously when you're younger, you think your older family members are cool. So he was getting a perm. So he convinced me it was cool to get a perm. So it was his fault.
Oh, dear.
Right, shall I unveil the new home shirt for the season?
Yes, do it.
Right, there we go. Everyone can see that.
Yeah, you can see it in the middle of the camera there.
Oh, which camera? Oh,
Proudly displaying Kilroy Films. I'm very happy with that.
So we've gone for the pink. We've got a few more sponsors. We've got a sponsor that we're going on the back, and we have some sponsors for the sleeves as well. So we're looking at Formula One drivers with all the sponsors on us.
Yes.
And then we've got, this is just one of the training kits that was ready. So this has got one of our other sponsors on it, Meds for Less. So you can see.
Is that like a white and grey?
Yeah, white
Is
and
there
grey.
room for more sponsors on there?
There definitely is, yeah. There's room for more sponsors. You won't be able to
everything.
By the time we finish it, you won't recognise these kits.
But seriously, the sponsored pack is on the website, right?
It is.
AFCWelling.co.uk.
It is, and I think one of the positive things that we're doing is we have got greater reach in just the local community. So, if anyone is working with any businesses that do have an interest in football and want to be able to support local football teams, then hopefully they will get a return from sponsoring our
Alex
club.
just said try it on. He wants you to try it on live on air.
Me?
Get your boobs out and put it on. Oh, Lucas said the same. Look.
What are they saying?
Carly said they're saying try it on. Try it on. The kit.
What size is it?
Really tight. You like tight clothes, don't you? I've heard.
Pre-season.
It's a large. I'm not sure the large will fit me.
Put the Lucas on again. Put the top on.
Yeah.
Do you want him to do it on camera? There's a lot of comments coming in now. Carly loves the kit. She said love it.
Jason, do you want to try it on for us?
No,
Since you're already,
not today, mate.
already kitted up
Not
in the
today,
wedding,
mate.
AFC wedding gear. No.
Josh wants a Nike sponsor. And Alex said get your top off.
The reason that,
Pants is covered in thick and fast.
yeah, they're doing that because we've got a bit of a joke in the office, and I always get everyone to take their tops off.
Oh, do you?
So they're getting their own back.
Getting their own back there, definitely.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? We're talking about sponsorship. You can get that on the website. I put a bunch of social media tags up earlier. Were you going to put it on then? You can put it on if you want.
What, the top?
It's up to you. If you want to get it on, do it. But we've got our Twitter. Who manages Twitter? Is Richard doing that, or are you doing that as well?
No, I
Is
think
Carly
Carly's been
involved in
doing. Carly Stan's been managing the Twitter now.
Nice.
So she's looking at all the social media platforms. I
So
think.
we got Twitter. I'll put YouTube up again because some of you are watching on Facebook as well. Clearly, even though we want you on YouTube if you can, subscribe, like, share, comment, all the good stuff. But it's fine to be on Facebook too. We've got the TikTok channel that Carly is absolutely smashing at the minute. We're getting lots of interaction on TikTok. Basically, I mean, these all effectively say AFC Welling. I think if you search AFC Welling, some of them have got an underscore in, like Instagram. Some have got FC on the end. But essentially, search AFC Welling on any of the core social medias: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and even on Google to find our website, and you'll find them all, right?
Yes.
So, all good.
Should do.
Anything else we want to promote before or talk about? You can just talk generally if you want.
I think one of the things that I'd probably like to talk about is our ambition. And a lot
Yes.
of people, I've seen some people saying, it's delusional, being able to get that many promotions. There's teams out there that have done it. So actually, I don't think there's anything wrong with a football club being ambitious. What are you laughing at? Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a football club being ambitious, and we're going to set our sights very high. And hopefully that's why players want to be involved with us. Hopefully that's why the management team are with us. It's hopefully why everyone's excited about this project. We have set our sights high, and Jason won't mind me saying that we are looking to gain promotion in year one. And that gets the ball really rolling, because if we can do that in year one, we've done what we said we're going to do, and I think that's important for us to be able to achieve that. So the pressure is on, but ultimately, I think that pressure is going to be able to really push us and make sure that Jason, Richard and Phil achieve the promotion that they're looking to achieve. No pressure, Jason.
Is this for you, by the way? Is that Jace come out of retirement?
Maybe one more season. What do you reckon? No.
I did ask him to play for our vets team a couple of times, but he hasn't taken the offer.
Done
up
me
yet.
hammy, didn't I? Done me hammy.
Well, how did you do that? Walking the dog, wasn't it?
No, that was the second time. Cheers, Dan, for that.
I think we're at the... Oh no, look, there's more comments coming in. It might just be banter now. Join the fan group. Well done, Carly. Yes, there is a Facebook official fan group as well as our Facebook official page. So if you are a Facebook user and you want to get involved and talk and chat and post pictures and have banter and all that kind of stuff, there's an official fan group. I didn't do a lower third for it, but again, if you search, I think it's just AFC Welling official fan group. I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Carly, I think that's why Carly wrote it that way. So thanks, Carly, for reminding me on that one. Lisa is now saying you definitely need to model the kit. I don't think we're going
Okay, I'll model the kit. Don't worry, they got what they wanted.
And Alex says stop talking and get your top off.
All right, this is going to. The viewers are about to go up, by the way, the viewings.
Yeah, we go. Oh, I needed music for this.
What's that film? What's that film called?
Hello, Lath, by the way. I don't want to look that way now. It feels a bit weird. Those shorts are a bit small as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
Cycling shorts, I think. No?
Oh, I'm absolutely sweating. All about change rooms.
Look at him tensing.
breathe out. Oh, that is tight. Here we go.
Don't rip it. I think Josh said that earlier. Don't rip it. There you
Here we
go.
go.
He's got it on. He's looking good.
It does look good. It does, doesn't it? Fits me well.
I like how Kilroy is stretching across your boots.
Yeah, this logo's supposed to be that big.
That's good. I hope the fans are pleased now.
Yeah.
If you need any help,
What do we think about it?
Yeah, let us know what you think about the kit, what you think about the bit before the kit went on. If you need any help in pre-season, I can do some Tuesdays.
Who's that?
Your mate, Spike.
Oh, right, okay.
I can't remember what
Is
his name.
Okay, Dan,
he-
I'll make
Dan.
contact, mate.
Well, to be honest, Dad, make contact with us because that means we can get rid of Jace.
Yeah.
Josh said get your moves out. Lucas said unbelievable. This is just all banter now. Yeah. In your top. Do the work. there's not
room. There's no room in the new.
Oh, and Lisa was obviously loving it.
That's nice. You know, and obviously we can talk about the new location that we might be able to set up as well for the.
Billy Button nearly poked Kilroy in his face. My nose almost went in his belly button. It's massive. Oh dear. Sorry, new location what?
You're saying about where we might be able to do the podcast as well, so we might actually set up a purpose-built location.
Yeah, because we've decided it's a bit small and sweaty.
Yeah, it's definitely warm in here.
It's definitely warm. I'm sweating. It's like a change room in here now, especially with you getting changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, no, one of the things we were speaking with James about, obviously, we've tried to do everything as professional as we can, and we've invested in additional camera equipment, you know, secured the services with James. We are looking at doing weekly podcasts and utilising that avenue or that kind of platform. So one of the things we have looking at, we've got a spare meeting room, one of our offices in Stevenage, which is much bigger, but we're looking at making that a dedicated room where we can do the podcast, get it all set up for the camera, a bit bigger. Probably I'll be able to have more guests in there as well. If we needed them, we could have the whole team down there. So just allow us to be able to be ready to go whenever we want quite quickly. Because I think you said in here you have to change some of the equipment around.
I work
like
here,
that, so
it's my office during the day, so I had to take everything out. Move the table, and you can see it's quite small. And you can probably tell online as well. It's basically a shed, a big shed.
No, it's definitely
bloody hot now though, I'm sweating.
It's hot.
Yeah, so that'd be good. I'm really keen to help you with that. We'll have a dedicated place and I can just turn up, put the cameras on tripods and set this thing up and go live, and it'll be really good. Yeah, absolutely. We'll get people in, get sponsors in, get the sponsors in. Love the show, guys. Hope to see you guys soon. Thank you very much, Spikey. Is that Dan again? I'm losing track.
Yeah.
And Victor said fire. Victor, cheers, mate. He's one of the fellow sports live streamers I was talking about. He's someone I know in a group. Thank you, Victor. I don't know about the audio. It was awful at the beginning. It sounds okay-ish now, but yeah, it's hard to be on camera and monitor, as you probably know. So I think next time we do one of these, I might be off camera and I might talk now and then about comments and stuff, but yeah, it's hard work being on camera and driving all the controls. I'll leave you and Rich on next time too. Who's up for coming on? Have we got anyone that wants to come on and talk about the club? Next live stream, we can do a live stream on location or here if we build the studio. If you want to get involved, let us know in the comments. But yeah, please like, share, subscribe. They're the key things. The comments obviously help drive engagement as well, but do the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed on all of the social media platforms. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
The only thing that I would like to say is there's been a massive effort from everyone to be able to get this football club off the ground and where we are now. You know, James, conversation with you moved as quickly as we needed to. Speaking with Jason and Richard and the management team and Phil, they've done everything that they needed to. You've had bundles of support from both the Carleys, obviously me ringing Dave up, asking him for his support. We have another person coming on board as well, Michael, who I spoke with you guys about, my wife, Lisa. You know, there's been so many people, you know, that have supported us already to be able to get this up and running. And most people are doing it for free. They're just helping out. So we really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for us. And without that effort from everyone, it wouldn't have got where it is today. And I'm very much a believer that, yes, the success of this club is going to be down to the team. And one thing that I cannot kind of question from anyone is a level of motivation and passion they already have for this project. James, I kind of spoke to you, and now I can't keep you off messaging me about it every single day.
Don't say too much.
But, but there's ideas flowing around everywhere. You know, everyone's just jumped on it and they're just running with it. Yeah. And there's ideas, and you know, before I know it, this is happening, that's happening, all these things are happening. You know, turning up at the trial on Saturday. I think you were there from about 7:30, weren't you? Turning up, seeing everything set up, all the kit there. Everyone's had a real big effort to get this up and running. So I'd like to thank everyone for that, and hopefully you can continue to be involved and we can achieve the success that we plan on achieving, and everyone can come along for the ride.
Yeah, it's good. It's been good fun. I'm really enjoying it. It might change. Milton Keynes away, winter,
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Yeah. But we'll see. What anything for you to add, Jace?
No, I think the big thing for me is it like what? When did this all start? Month and a half, 2 months, whenever it was. You kind of look at it and go, there's a lot being said, there's a lot of saying, we're going to be gathering this, we're going to be getting that. But so far, everything that's been promised is there. The Protect vests, the VOs, everything that's been promised to us so far is there. So if that keeps moving forward, I can only see this being a big success. So yeah, it's good to be involved.
Yeah.
Excellent. I don't think I've got anything else to say unless anyone's got any questions for us.
I don't think we've just had Alex say, "Where's Rich?" I don't want to be rude.
He's probably in his hot tub.
He's probably in his hot tub. I was
checking his energy bill. How much his solar panels cost him today?
I asked Rich not to come tonight, not for any other reason than you can see there's not enough room to have 4 people here. But I probably could have been off camera, which would have made sense. But we'll get Rich on next time for sure. Alex does. Don't know what that is. What that means, Carly and love. I think we've come to a natural end conclusion. There's nothing more on Facebook. So thank you all for tuning in. I've said it a million times. Like, subscribe, share, follow. All of that stuff would be amazing, and we'll get you as good a quality content as we can from every match, training sessions, behind the scenes. Roman Dave making us laugh. These guys having banter. We're going to try and make it as entertaining as possible. I'm trying to take learnings from all of the other channels that already exist, but carve our own path. We don't just want to copy someone else. We want to do more lives, because I don't think many of those do many lives. And I think lives good because you get the natural kind of non-scripted human element. But yeah, I'm going to waffle on for ages about live streaming if I start.
On Saturday, we would also find out who the best penalty taker is in the club.
Oh, you are doing the penalty competition. If any players are watching who are going to the trials, you've got that. And Adam has just said, any ideas on the cost of watching ticket prices? We talked about that the other day, didn't we?
Yes, we did. So under 12s will be free. 12 to 65, I believe, is going to be £5 if they subscribe to the YouTube channel. So all you need to do is have YouTube on your phone and show us that you're subscribed, and you'll be able to get in. It costs £5, and above 65, I believe, for free as well.
Free, yeah.
So yeah, but the official price list will be going out. We'll get that out within a week.
Yeah, and if we stream a match live, obviously we want people at the ground, but the idea of streaming a match live is to get international people watching and people that can't make it to the ground. But they'll be free for the foreseeable, unless obviously we get to a big cup game or a really big game, and we might put it behind a pay gate for a couple of quid, £1 or £2, just to help fund everything we're doing. It costs data every time we live stream, to be honest. Not here because it's on my home, but when we're at a match, we're using SIM cards to live stream, so it costs us 30, 40, 50 quid sometimes. So we might put some matches behind pay gates, but most of them will be free. But yeah, good. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Oh God, we've got more questions coming in now.
Go on.
When you visiting your mum?
Oh, is that my mum?
They come up over there, look.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'm definitely seeing her Sunday, so, but I reckon I might be able to fit one more visit in between now and then, let her know.
There you go. You heard it here first. It's going to visit you. Right, cool. Let's thank you all for watching. I'll just stick up our thank you for watching thing. There we go. And we'll turn off the audio, hopefully. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Up the Romans!